Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. So, after a long sabbatical, Big John Fury is back. He's at the press conference for this fight. Is it a Misfits promotion between Darren Till, who I know nothing about? He's from Liverpool. He's a UFC guy or an MMA guy or something like this. And he's going to fight Tommy Fury. And of course, inevitably, I mean, John Fury's there. He trains his son. The verbals started, and Darren Till said, "Where have you been, John? You know, we haven't seen hide nor hair of you since Usyk battered Tyson." And John saying, "Keep my son's name out of your mouth." And it all gets a bit handbags. And then Tommy pipes up, and this Darren Till, I don't know very little about him, but he can talk. He's quite amusing to listen to. He said that Tommy has the IQ of a loaf of bread, and that he's an empty head, and back and forth. John Fury slings a glass of water in Till's direction, takes his jacket off. There's all sorts of kerfuffle on the stage, and it's all a bit funny. But yeah, I mean, this Till guy, he has a point. John Fury's been very, very quiet since Tyson lost to Usyk, and the Usyk rematch, Usyk Fury is 1 month and 2 days away, I think, 21st, 19th today. So there's only we're talking 4.5 weeks, say. And normally in the build-up to a fight like that, John would be there. John would be mouthing off. I think he's probably been silenced by the Fury camp. Probably Tyson's had a quiet word and said, "Dad, leave it out." Because you remember the build-up to the first fight. It was he headbutted a member of Usyk's crew or just some fan of Usyk. He random guy standing around, and John headbutted him and ended up with a cut on his forehead. But John was... he wanted to have a fight with this Darren Till guy, and like I say, I ain't seen this Till before, but I like it. He talks well. He knows how to sell a fight, and I'm not really, when people talk about trash talk, there has to be some sort of wit behind it. There has to be something that makes you laugh. That's why obviously Muhammad Ali is an obvious example. He would really say things that were witty and sharp, and he'd make you giggle. He'd make you want to watch him. Do you know what I mean? Whereas someone like Nassim Hamed, he was very flashy, but whenever he opened his mouth, it never really, it was just sort of, I'm wonderful, I'm great, I'm this, I'm that. And of course, he was an excellent fighter, but no, I mean, you've got to be able to back it up. And, John Fury said, "I know some good people from Liverpool, but you're a disgrace to Liverpool." And Till replied, "Yeah, I'm a cunt. I'm an arsehole." Now, there's another interesting little sideline as well. This is going to be over 8 3-minute rounds, and it's a boxing contest. It's not, MMA or anything. But I think it's promoted by KSI, who fought Tommy Fury and lost in one of these Misfits things. And, I mean, do I care about this fight? Not really. But this type of nonsense... again, I don't normally like all this stuff, but there was just something about seeing someone put it on John and say, "Where the hell have you been? You've been away. You disappeared. And you suddenly popped up out of a fucking trap door. You suddenly appeared like the shopkeeper in Mr. Ben. If you're my age, you'll know what that means. If not, well, if you know, you know. All right." And I was read a little bit about this Darren Till. He's, I think he was a UFC fighter, and now he isn't. He had a few losses and left, or something like that. That's what I read anyway. You correct me. You probably know more about him than I do. But he's from Liverpool. He's got a fat mouth, and it'll be interesting to see him fight Tommy Fury. So yeah, funny stuff. I think John has found his vocation. Misfits is kind of his gig, isn't it? He fits in well with all that sort of silliness. This fight, by the way, isn't until January. I think it's the 18th of January. So this is a long way off. But it is very curious that John is there causing his usual trouble, and yet we haven't seen hide nor hair of him regarding the Usyk rematch with Tyson. Anyway, Let me know what you think. Did you see this? What do you think? What do you think of John Fury? He is that cartoon character, isn't he? I mean, he could probably have a row for a couple of minutes on the cobbles. I'm sure he could. But I don't know. I don't know. Poor old Tommy's just sitting there. Like, let me know what you think. It's all a circus, isn't it? It's all a panto. But this, I mean, you compare this sort of crap to, and you know, it's not something that interests me really, but you compare this to that Mike Tyson Jake Paul thing. That Mike Tyson Jake Paul thing was trash. That really was garbage. I thought there was nothing redeemable about that. It was just a load of shit. All right, I made a video about it. This, where you got two guys that are evenly matched, they're young, you know, I don't mind this sort of panto shit. This is real panto. That other thing at the weekend was a fucking freak show. Horrible, horrible. But leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And also, if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe. That'd be great because it costs you nothing. And it just takes a second to hit that button. You know the drill. Thank you very much. I always appreciate your time. Looking forward to reading your comments. And bye for now.